We're just plotting, making some evil plans here.
Morning.
It's cold out there, lads. Highs today of 6 in places. Balmy 6. And just as I was walking in here, there's been an awful downpour of hailstone again. We're going to see more hail showers across the county today. Very, very wet and windy. But it is cold this morning. Thankfully, I think the ice and snow that met here and promised the rest of the country seemed to have... We didn't get a whole pile of that. I think, to be fair, that the majority of it would be Connacht and Ulster, but we get a bit here. But it's just wet and cold, so bear that in mind this morning, all right? Hailstone is a bitch.
Yeah, when there's fresh hailstone as well, it can be pretty slippy, so do take care of yourselves out and about. There was a dreadful shower of hail yesterday just as I was getting out of my car and heading into the house, and it was slippy, you know. So mind yourselves out and about, mind yourselves on the roads as well.
I like to put out the bins in it.
Oh no, that's awful.
Hated that.
Right, we've a busy show on the way over the next couple of hours here in Radio Kerry. Let's check out today's papers, see what's going on there. Army ambulances are drafted in as 500 HSE staff are set to strike today, says the Irish Independent. Army ambulances and staff now being asked to cover for patients today. Defence Force ambulance and trained crew will be based in the east and southern regions, says the Indo today. And another story on the front page of the paper about the Taoiseach. Simon Coveney dismisses Poland's plan for a backstop time limit as first cracks in EU solidarity with Ireland start to appear. Expectation now that Theresa May would bring new ideas falls flat. She abandoned efforts at cross-party talks yesterday. That's a story in today's Irish Independent.
The Mirror this morning has a story out of Cork University Hospital where the family of a man has spoken about his pancreatic cancer, which had gone undiagnosed. A scan taken in November 2017 was reported normal, but 3 months later he had another CT scan which revealed a tumour. So that's on the front page there. And speaking of the weather, Met Éireann also they had a full status yellow snow and ice weather warning for large parts of the country last night, where snowfall did hit other places, and they did say that Tuesday then will be bitterly cold in many places with wintry showers, which is essentially what we just covered there. So just bear that in mind. As I said, we may escape the snow and ice, but as Elaine rightly pointed out, the hail showers will be quite heavy and fresh hail will be a bit dodged, so just remember that today as well.
Front page of the Times Ireland edition has got a lovely photograph of Michael D. Higgins. He was speaking at a ceremonial event in the Mansion House yesterday to mark the day Irish democracy was born. 100 years ago on the 21st of 1919, Ireland's parliamentary democracy was born, says the Times Ireland edition today. And dozens of UK ministers are now ready to quit over Brexit, says the paper. Up to 40 members of the British government are set to resign next week.
And the Examiner on their front page, then same story with the Army. They're ready for action as strikes begin. So with the paramedics going on strike and then the nurses next week going on strike, the Army are set to step in places like Cork today. A 65-year-old man is the first convicted of buying sex. So the new laws with sex came in April of 2017. Well, this man has been convicted of buying sex and he was fined €200.
Oh.
And yeah,
wow.
And a story then which we would have heard on Kerry today yesterday morning with Jerry. Fuel thieves use drones to track home targets. So thieves are using drones to track trucks delivering home heating oil in parts of North Kerry. Also makes the Examiner today, and that full story, if you want to listen back to it, is on the podcast section of our website. But it was in Radio Kerry News and on Kerry Today yesterday morning as well.
I noticed. I didn't know, did you read the comments on that? But a lot of backlash from people just saying, don't be ridiculous. But
yeah,
well,
wait till your home heating oil is robbed and then come back to us.
And also the other thing about drones is, I saw one lately up close and personal. A friend of mine was showing me his drone and how he uses it and all the rest, and I couldn't believe the detail and how close you can get to things.
Yeah.
And how relatively easy they are to fly once you've practiced.
Once you've got a bit of practice, yeah.
So don't kid yourselves, I would say, about drones. They're being used for all sorts of devious activities. The top trends that you're waking up to this morning, Clareburn Live is trending. Brexit was discussed last night. They had a poll and 65% of people said they're fearful of a return now to sectarian violence, particularly after what happened in Derry over the weekend. So that is trending today. And Showing Ireland Off also trending. It was on RTE1 last night. People are talking about the girl running Tato Park. Apparently she looks very young.
Yeah, I didn't see it, no, but a lot of comments about her this morning. A lot of sorry, why is there a schoolgirl running Tato Park? Lot of stuff like that last night.
In one way it's very insulting for the girl, another way it's a huge compliment.
Yeah, huge compliment.
I'm sure she's obviously not 18 running Tato Park, but
yeah, she's only 12.
I didn't see that, so you can let us know what you thought of it.
The first doll is trending this morning as well. So they had that commemoration which Elaine mentioned there in the Mansion House yesterday, and here's what I learned from watching the live broadcast. A bunch of men got together 100 years ago and it was one of the most important things that ever happened. Now, Take that statement and multiply it by about 12 people who went up to the podium to give speeches and basically told us the exact same thing. Except Mary Lou McDonald. She gave her, well, they all gave a speech, Oscuelga and then Osberla. And then, like, a few of them, not just Mary Lou McDonald, that's unfair, a few of them went up, told us, huge event back 100 years ago, here we are 100 years later, and then, of course, they took full advantage of the country's in an awful state. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. That kind of stuff, which is their right, that's fine. But after sitting down watching, I think I saw Micheál Martin, Leo Varadkar, Michael D. Higgins, Mary Lou McDonald, I saw Matty McGrath, there's one or two others now as well who went up to give speeches, and they basically all said the exact same thing. Exactly the same
what can
thing.
you say, I suppose?
So, you know, if you were Leo Varadkar or Micheál Martin, or even Mary Lou, you're sitting there kind of going, okay, my bit is done, can I go now?
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, so that's trending this morning. And Azealia Banks is trending this morning. She's the US singer and rapper. She called Irish women ugly. So I don't know the full story, but she was refused entry to an Aer Lingus flight to Dublin, and she got into an awful fight with the air hostesses, and then went on Instagram to have a big rant while basically saying that Irish women are ugly.
I saw what she
said.
Sorry
about that.
That's
Best
okay, Azealia. That's grand. I saw what she said, and we wouldn't even be repeating it on the video. Never mind.
Oh, right. Okay. Was it quite graphic?
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
a bit
realise
I
that.
saw anyway. There was lots of bleeping. So, it's World Youth Day today. So, good morning to our younger listeners.
Morning.
Youth Day. And
thanks.
it's 23.
Cheers, thanks.
Thanks. Morning, Andrew.
Thanks.
And it's 23 days till Valentine's Day as well.
Yeah, so that 150 ring in deals.
I can't actually afford it this week.
Wait till Friday.
I was hoping to get engaged now this week, and payday's Friday, so
You'll have to wait until Valentine's
23
Day.
days, yeah. And plus, like, they could run out. There'd be a huge run on those
That's
rings.
what I was just
there?
going to say. A friend of mine who works in Deal said that I'm not sure where they're in at this stage yet, but he said people have been coming in asking about them.
Yeah, I will.
Sorry, do you have the rings? And he's like, no, they're not in yet. So I'll check in with them today, see have they actually got them in yet.
Everything, don't they? So
I think
they
you
look
get the proper
authentic,
box.
like
Yeah.
They'll look good now when you hand that one over.
They come in the different colours as well. Brilliant. So that's some of the bits that are happening that you're waking up to this morning. I wanted to show you something yesterday for my show and tell, but we just ran out of time. We probably run out of time here now again. But I took this at the weekend, right?
That's cool. Yeah, I saw that. You had an Instagram, I think, did you?
Yeah. So that's actually an espresso coffee that just because of the way the light is.
Sorry, in your fancy new Nespresso
My
cups.
fancy new Nespresso cups, which only arrived last week. The reason I took that shot, because obviously it looks like a little kind of a picture of beer. Well, I've booked Oktoberfest again, and myself and the same gang who went the last time are going. So we're kind of thinking maybe we'll do the odd numbers. We did 15, we did 17, we're going to do 19, so 2021 as well.
So I'll start saving for 21, will I?
You can come if you want, yeah.
Cool, I'd love to.
The only downside is that the Cork-Munich flight, which we got both times, is gone. So we have to fly out of Dublin, yeah. And Dublin's fine, it's just when you land back in, you have a 3-hour drive home. But anyway, it's booked and we're ready to rock. So
it has to be Munich. You're going to Munich, like?
Oh, we're going to Munich, yeah. Oh,
is
God,
that the real centre of Oktoberfest?
That is Oktoberfest, yeah.
Is it? Okay. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Because it's Bavaria.
Yeah, because we should mention there are 2 German flights from Kerry Airport.
Yes,
as well.
no, and I'm not
if you were going to Germany for another reason, it's not Oktoberfest.
It's just both Berlin and Frankfurt are the other side of the country. That's the only thing. Yeah. Morning, Kerry Airport. Love you.
Morning. I particularly love Berlin for a weekend. Oh, it's a class place. So I'm going to recommend Berlin for a few days.
One of the lads I'm going with went with his girlfriend, and he said he loved it. It was
great.
It's
amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, and fly from Kerry. How handy is that?
Yeah, true.
Okay, we got to go. Have a brilliant Tuesday, whatever you do get up to, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good luck.
Morning.